Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest stories. We start with Lamine Yamal, as it has been reported that the Barca prodigy is excited about the new contract that Barca have made for him to sign, as the player wants to stay for many years. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Sofyan Amrabat, as manager Javi is still eyeing the player, despite the player not having any hopes of joining Barcelona after moves for Oriol Romeo. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, endeavor to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified. Whenever I post a new video, consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Lamine Yamal is regarded as one of the most talented young players coming through the La Masia at FC Barcelona. Just 15 years of age, Lamine Yamal made his first team debut towards the end of last season as he came on as a substitute against Real Betis and almost scored a goal. Yamal's qualities and his potential are not lost at all on Barca and several other big wigs in European football. Indeed, with the youngster soon turning 16 and becoming eligible to signing his first professional contract, teams across the continent of Europe have been sniffing around. As such, FC Barcelona have acted really quickly and they are now hoping to tie him down to a new long-term deal with improved salary to ensure that he stays at the club. As reported by Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo, Barca have already sent a 5-year contract for Lamine Yamal through his agent Jorge Mendes, with an improvement in his salary. With an agreement expected to be so close, the Catalans hope to officially announce the renewal when Lamine Yamal turns 16 on July 13. Manager Xavi Hernandez has high hopes for the young gem and sees Yamal as a generational talent. In fact, despite his age, manager Xavi Hernandez is ready to bet on Yamal and wants him in the first team dynamics for the upcoming season. The idea would be for Yamal to train and play with the seniors and future for the subsidiary team when not involved with the first team, so as to continue his rapid development. A versatile operator, Lamine Yamal is a right winger by trade but can also operate as a false nine, which could become handy for Barca, especially if the club are successful in offloading Ansu Fati or Ferran Torres. Either way, a 5-year contract for Lamine Yamal would be a great move that would ensure that the teenager wonderkid's long-term future is tied at Barcelona. Of course, these past few days, a lot have been spoken about Lamine Yamal and his future, as from the look of things, Barca want to keep the player for a long time. He has shown a lot of prospect. He has shown a lot of promise. He's a player for the future. As I said earlier, he is a generational talent, as Javi also sees it the same way, and have urged Barca to give him a new contract for 5 years. He will be turning 16 on the 13th of this month of July. Of course, the 13th will be on Thursday. He will be 16, and of course, as the law says, until a player turns 16 before they can sign a professional contract, and Barca are planning to do just that. Of course, Lamine Yamal is a right winger, and I think if Barca can make use of him, he'll be a great player for us in the future. And it's really, really good to see our La Masia players coming and showing talent, and of course, getting them in in fact, for zero fee, because we don't buy them. They are players from the academy, and I think it's great to always see players who leave the academy with talent and being integrated to the first team, giving the faith and the trust that the manager can bestow upon them. It's something that is really great to see. Yamal, since last season, we've been hearing about Lamine Yamal. He was training with the other senior team players last season, but he was not playing matches. Javi just tried to use him against Real Betis when the La Liga title was already wrapped up. And oh my God, he did so well. I think many fans applauded at the Camp Nou. He did so well. He almost scored a goal. I mean, he got some very good move, and he was really appreciated by many Camp Nou faithfuls about the way he displayed. And just imagine, just his debut, he was brilliant. And I think with time, Yamal will get used to and will be really bold, and he will do things. He will do things because the fact that he started training with the senior team ever since last season, ever since he was training, Javi was always calling him to train with them, of course, because he saw the quality that Yamal has, and of course, the possibility of him becoming a great player one day at this club is still very, very large. So it just remains to be seen if Javi can groom the player to become the player that we are seeing him to be, because at the end of the day, it all depends on the manager. There are managers who have abilities to bring up players in such brilliant fashion where they can be so good, but there are some managers who are not specialized on player upbringing. Everybody have their own ways by nature. I just hope Xavi is that player who can bring players. I think players like Ronald Koeman, the former Barca manager who was sacked, I think he's good at that. He's good with young players. I think he has been beneficial. He has been doing great stuff, even if he was sacked. But I think Koeman have done something that many Barca fans will always live to appreciate. The likes of Gavi, Pedri, the likes of players like Nico Gonzalez, the likes of you know Alejandro Bade, all were groomed by Ronald Koeman. I think he knows how to do just that. Then moving on to the final story of discussion, even though things appear to be moving forward in Barca's pursuit for Romeo, Gabriel Sanz of Mundo Deportivo is saying that Xavi has not discarded the prospect of making a move for Amrabat. Barca are on the lookout for a DM to fill the void left by Busquets' departure. Romeo appears to be the target that they have locked in on. But according to the aforementioned report, manager Xavi has not entirely ruled out a move for Amrabat. The Fiorentino man has been on Barca's radar since January, a move that did not even materialize back then because of Fiorentina's unwillingness to lose their key player. However, interest in Amrabat has continued while the midfielder himself harbors hopes of joining Barca despite causing interest from United as well as Saudi Arabia clubs. Amrabat, whose market value currently is 30 million euros, now has 1 year left on his contract with Fiorentina, and the Italian side could seek a figure close to his value, which could become an issue for Barca. Furthermore, Barcelona would also be unable to compete with any lucrative offers that Amrabat might receive from Saudi Arabia or Manchester United. The player's desire to play for Barca could give Barca the edge, but the finances will make things complicated unless there are any major sales right away. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.